nice to see you again too.
So how are you doing today?
I'm better. Yeah, I'm just, catch my flight tomorrow, so I'm a little nervous, and we talked about that.
Okay. Well, last week we talked about your anxiety level and where it was at and what level it was. So you said it was at a 2.5, almost 3 last week. How about today, this week?
Today, I think because I'm thinking so much, it's probably at like a 7 or almost 8, just because I'm like flying for the first time tomorrow. So I'm like,
Okay. So some progression is coming along. I'm glad to hear that. Okay, I see you smiling.
yeah,
It's
it's different.
positive.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And are we still doing the same things that I suggested for you to do as far as getting up in the mornings,
Yeah,
exercise?
I have been getting up in the morning, exercising, and it has been very good for me. It's been a stress reliever. It's been something that has helped me, my heart rate and everything. I feel rejuvenated. I feel refreshed. I'm not as worried on, focusing on worries or anything like that. So
Good. And what about sleeping?
sleeping has been on and off. I've been having some chest pains here and there, so I guess my sleeping is more so thrown off because I'm worried about that. And I think maybe I might have insomnia because I'm always up late night and stuff and worrying. So just trying to, I think I should try to do better in that area.
So how many hours do you say you're sleeping?
Maybe 6 or 7.
Okay. But before it was worse.
Yeah, before it was worse, it was like 3
3 hours. Okay, well, that's progression again. Sleeping, anxiety levels. Great. And let's see, how's church going for you? Because we talked about that as well.
That's going good. I feel like I'm in a good place. I feel like I'm progressing. I feel like that really has helped me with my anxiety being lowered. I feel like it's got my mental state on a good path, and it's just feeling more free.
So, and we also talked about it being a new place for you, a new church, and that they have different groups there, and you still haven't joined one.
Well, I have been heavily considering joining the women's group, the young adult women's group. Seems like some people in that group have some things in common with me, and I'm more open to kind of seeing, where that can go.
Okay, all right, great. So have you had any panic attacks this last week?
I have not had any panic attacks. No, just in hindsight, thinking about my flight, other than that, no panic attacks.
So our main concern is the flight, tomorrow's flight.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we're flying and the training. So yeah, I can see where it may make you nervous, overwhelmed a bit, because you said it's your first time flying.
And the first time in a new place, and first time having to drive, because I'm going to be driving too. Because I'm going to rent a car, and driving to the hotel, and driving to training. So it's a lot of new experiences all in one. So I think that's why it's exciting but overwhelming all at the same time. It's like new, everything new. And I think I don't want to change. So.
Right. I completely understand that, and that's normal. And I would be nervous and overwhelmed as well as you are. But I think that helping you relax would be the same methods. The breathing exercises. If you feel anxiety coming on, just breathe, calm down, and just like I said, it's all about thoughts and not knowing where the anxiety comes from, all the mixed emotions and thoughts. But at least now you know what is causing you to feel nervous or a bit overwhelmed, and it's the flight, and it's a new place, a new city. So I can see that, and that's a good thing because it's not causing the panic attacks. I remember you telling me, "Oh my God, is this ever going to get over? Am I always going to have panic attacks for the rest of my life?" And it's short, slowly but surely we're leaving, we're not coming,
Right.
and I see you more in control.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. It's very good. It's showing that we're progressing. Our sessions are going well. It's positive outcome, and like I said, it will take time. It's not going to all happen overnight.
Right.
And the main focus is, that you're knowing now what's causing you to feel overwhelmed and being nervous. Not knowing these things causes the anxiety. It's like a big pot boiling all together, and you don't know what's what.
Right.
So that's probably why you're not experiencing the panic attacks and so much anxiety. So that's wonderful. Tell me about flying and being into a new place. What makes, how does that make you feel? I know it makes you feel overwhelmed, but what about that makes you so worried and so
Change is what makes me worry. I'm a routine person. Can be stubborn sometimes. Can be stuck in my ways. So going to a new place and not having control is really what the key is. It's helping me. Well, I feel like the church is helping me because it's like I'm relying on a higher power and God instead of relying on my control of the situation. So me flying is like, okay, God, you're in control. Whatever happens, because you're gonna control everything. And I think me being on a plane, I have no control. When I'm in the car, I have control. You know, even if I'm in the back seat, I can see and I'm always aware. But on a plane, you have to trust who's flying. You have to trust. You have to have faith in God that you're not gonna die. Nothing bad's gonna happen. So I think it's a control thing.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there for a second. You said it's control thing. You're not in control because you're not flying. But when you drive, you're in control. You're sort of in control. Sort of, not all the way when you're driving. Because you get in the car, yes, you're in control of how you're driving that vehicle, but you're not in control as to everybody else who's driving out on the road.
Right.
So you get in the car because you have faith, you have confidence, and you just do it. You're just gonna do it. So what if, all the ifs and mights, that's for everything.
Yeah.
We never know what's gonna happen, but that's just everything. And I'm just comparing that to you flying. You may not be the co-pilot or the pilot, you're not, driving or, being the person who's in control of the airplane, but at the same time, it's just like driving. You're not in control of other people.
Right.
So you just, based off of faith and based off of just doing, you just do it. Same thing would be getting on an airplane or anything else.
Right.
Whether you get in a car with someone else and you're not driving, you just get in. It's just faith and you just get in. The same thing is with the airplane ride. So that's how I want you to kind of think about that. Kind of change up how you think and your mind frame as far as getting on the plane. It's not just getting on the plane and having control, but you do have control. You're in the plane, and even though you can't control and you're not the pilot, you're still there, and it's just like driving a car, so to say, so to speak, I want to say. So tell me about school. How's that going?
School has been going well. I like it. I'm doing great so far. I just, a little concerned about class schedule, but other than that, I have, like you said, with the whole airplane and the car and stuff, I'm learning that I need to have more faith, and rechange how I think things. So I think with the classes and everything and how it's going, just have faith that I'm going to continue to do well.
You said something about the schedule. So is it the current schedule that you have now, or your semester's almost over with?
Yeah, my
so
semester's almost over, so it's going to be the new schedule that's out. That's going to kind of,
And what about that is bothering you?
Just being able to, like I told you with my child, being able to pick them up and do stuff with my child, and their school schedule compared to my work. So just wanted to make sure I could
your schedule compared to your job schedule,
my job schedule,
and not being able to be there for your son. Okay. So what about that? How is that? Is that coinciding with your time? Is it too early, too late, or just like the schedule? Because you already have a schedule now, a set schedule with your job. That's a set schedule, a 9 to 5 type thing, and your son goes to school from 8 to 2:30. So you have those arrangements as far as taking your son to school, and you have the arrangement of going back and forth to work. But now, what seems to be the problem is your classes and what time they start.
Yeah. It's kind of one or two of them are kind of conflicting with my schedule for picking up my son from after school care, and just for me to go to work, because I don't work a regular 9 to 5. Sometimes I was go a little bit over.
Sometimes after 5. So your classes are starting early.
Starting earlier, and that's kind of
bad. So is there a possible way that you can make arrangements to having someone on those days that you have classes, for that, someone to pick up your child for
you?
I
definitely can try to make those arrangements.
And as far as arrangements with your job, is there anything that you can think of speaking to your manager about?
Yeah, definitely. Because I is what I'm trying to learn how to do.
Right, right. That's good. Yeah, just take a copy of your schedule, show it to your manager, and just see if they can work with you. Maybe you can come in a little bit earlier or stay extra late on other days, or maybe it'll work out. Or maybe even talk to your professors or your counselor to see if there's any way that you can come in a bit late or make up the work some way somehow if it's gonna conflict with your schoolwork, which I'm pretty sure that most college professors will understand, especially since you work full time and you're not just a full time college student.
Right.
Only you work full time,
Right.
And are a single parent, so I can see where the stress would come about. But if you do those things, I'm pretty sure that something will happen and it'll all work out.
Right.
So tell me anything else about personal life. Anybody know that you've been dating or anything?
I don't know how I feel about dating. I actually reached out to my ex, and he responded, and it wasn't nothing too much. It was just a little bit of conversation, but I realized maybe I need to kind of, let that go, mentally. Everything's mental. Everything that I've been coming to you about seems like it's up in my mind. Like, rethinking, I need to rethink things. And I'm open to dating new people, but right now I'm okay with being single. I'm okay with focusing on me. I have a lot on my plate, and I need to take that time to focus on those things and not let my emotions rule.
How much more before your semester's over with now?
Maybe a couple weeks, maybe a couple months, maybe, I think, like 1 or 2 more months, I think.
Then you're off.
Then I'm off for a break, and that mental break, I don't think I'm on, just to really choose to relax.
Okay, that's good. So, like I said, we're progressing here. You're doing everything that I should do. You're exercising, which you are. You're doing the breathing techniques, and you're kind of focusing on what is making you overwhelmed and what's making you nervous. You're more in control of your anxiety and your panic attacks. They're gone now. So we can say that they're gone for now. So that's awesome. That's great. And I'm showing that it's a lot of progression that's occurring with you right now at this time, and that's wonderful. And so it'll take some time before it'll be 100%.
Right.
But we're almost there.
Yeah. Definitely.
So is there any other concerns?
My concern is just thinking of different opportunities and different things I can do to better my emotional and mental health. I think I've been doing a good job from when we first met to now, because I'm more talkative. I'm not as anxious as I was, I think. But what suggestions would you have for me to kind of work on my emotional and mental health?
I don't know. What do you think? What do you think I should suggest? What do you think? What have I been telling you since we've been meeting for the last 3 weeks now?
It's been kind of good. I think your suggestions have been great.
But emotionally, mentally, you said, what can I suggest? What would you suggest yourself? What good things have you seen in the outcome that I've had already give you advice on?
I've seen great things with the exercising. I've seen great things with just, you telling me to rethink things and just be a little bit more at peace and not look at things from such a negative point of view. I realized that my life has been a lot more peaceful, and I realize everything has to do with how you look at it.
Okay, and also as far as when you feel the anxiety, like a panic attack going on, what I suggested, is like to think straight, not to worry so much, because people who are in your predicament or feel the way you feel like they're going to die from a panic attack. But like I said to you before, and I'll tell you again, that I've never had a patient that ever died from a panic attack and the feelings that are occurring. So, those things that I've suggested to you and the exercising and everything is like bettering yourself and making progression. So you kind of are like telling yourself what to do in your own guide.
Yeah, and then I am kind of telling myself to do what you're doing in the own guide, but I feel like what we're doing and what we're talking about is great. It's just I feel that what you're saying to me is good, and I like the feedback that I'm getting from you.
So what I'm trying to make you see here is that you're in control of you, and you're finding your own answers to your own questions. I'm coaching you here. I'm kind of helping you direct your own boat, because I can't make you be dependent of me.
You're right. You're right.
For the rest of your life.
Okay.
So you're finding out your own answers, and that's great. All right. So good luck with your trip tomorrow, and I'll see